Hi guys, this is Breaker, and I am back with a replay that I took from the front page of Drop.sc, and there's actually, I don't know, a couple of uniquities I'd like to highlight about this tournament, or not this tournament, but rather this game. And I guess I can get to them in just a moment, but let me go ahead and introduce both players. Looks like at the 3 o'clock position of the map, we have a red Zerg spawning as GGKs Woody. In the lower left-hand corner, spawning as our blue Terran, his name is XPN Flash. Looks like I turned off the music by accident, guys. I want to apologize. It's just that as the game loaded up, there was no music. So, yeah, I was under the impression that there would be no music. Now, we are on Antiga Shipyard, so this tells me that this was a non-ladder game played. But what also caught my attention about the replay as I was browsing drop.sc was that the map name was written in Korean, so this led me to believe that perhaps this was going to be just a simply very exciting ladder game. But since we're on Antiga Shipyard, and assuming this is Heart of the Swarm, then I really don't see. I can see maybe it's Heart of the Swarm, but it's going to depend on, like loadouts and things of that nature. I can't immediately tell. I am using, I'm trying to think, the ESL's skin, observer skin, so I really can't tell if this is Heart of the Swarm or not. Right now we're listening to music that you can hear in both Heart of the Swarm and in Wings of Liberty, but it looks like perhaps this opener is indicative that this is going to be Heart of the Swarm. Yes, we see Flash going for a command center. And the barracks. Wait a minute, do we have the right replay? Just a moment, guys. I'm just gonna alt-tab real quick. Yeah, I'm reading it in Korean. It says Antiga Sonso. Okay. Yeah, I was just a little bit surprised about that. Anywho, we do have a standard opener coming from our Zerg as well. It's gonna be that's what I'm looking for, a double hatch into gas and pool. This is a little reminiscent of July Zerg's Baneling Bust all-in, if you will. But that one would require skipping drones. Or not skipping drones, but rather skipping queens. It's a little difficult to identify. But one thing I want to highlight is that as I was downloading it from drop.sc, again, one of the players' names was actually Blatoise, like Blastoise minus the S. And we do have the Reaper, or excuse me, not a Reaper, but instead of Marine coming across the map. Okay. And drop.sc doesn't really say if this is Heart of the Swarm or I'm trying to think here, Heart of the Swarm or just Wings of Liberty. The SCV's being annoying. The bunker is not finished. I don't see a second SCV coming across the map, so it looks like we're just gonna have a couple of Marines come to pester the mineral line. Assuming this is the real Flash, the former Brood War player, he was actually paid, like, I want to say somewhere in the upward of 6-figure digits just to keep playing this game into the Brood War days. And oh my god, that was a beautiful save on that drone. And it looks like just gonna have these links come in here and defend. This was a bit of an overproduction by Woody. He should have just read into the fact that his opponent didn't pull multiple SCVs, therefore he didn't actually want that bunker to finish. That was something that was extremely popular back at the beginning of Wings of Liberty. We do have speed going down now, so it looks to me that this is just an extremely early play on speed. Hellions now in the mix as well. I see nothing really specific to Heart of the Swarm just yet. We do have a starport going down, so this is going to be a 1-1-1 into an Expo. Perhaps this is Wings of Liberty. Perhaps. I'm leaning towards saying that. Now, where's the music in this? Hang on just a second. There we go. Just as I hit F10. Okay. Again, more Wings of Liberty music. And I don't see an armory or anything like that, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is Wings of Liberty for the time being, and I'm just going to cast it as it comes, guys. I mean, it only makes sense because there was a reason why Antiga Shipyard was basically taken out of the map pool after Heart of the Swarm was launched. We do have 4 Hellions speeding across the map, along with a Banshee that is now in production. And I think we're actually going to see Flash maybe get a few kills with it. Incomplete wall off, that means he could smoothly make his way. Not quite so smoothly, he did lose 1 Hellion. Queen's chasing down the Hellions as well, but it's only so fast it can go. And some drones are going to get roasted. Ouch. And it looks like 1, 2 helis fall in the process. Let's just see how many worker kills he gets there. 5. And that's a straight rush to lair tech from Woody, so I'm thinking this could be two-face Uniplay, perhaps somewhat reminiscent of Idra's play. Yeah, Idra's build, it just a little bit. Everything except for the evolution chamber is what really makes me say that. Now we're also going to have, wait a minute, third going down, the second isn't even finished, the natural isn't even finished, excuse me. You have Hellions and a Banshee now. And of course the Hellions, before they were taken out, they did give Flash vision of the fact that he is going to be facing up against an extremely early layer. Armory now going down in the main. Perhaps we're going to see, I think it could be a mech transition. I mean, Thors, they could be really powerful. There's a Marine patrolling over here to keep a scouting overlord from coming in, but this one's over here. Now we have a Banshee and an SCV over here. I think as I upload this to YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and call it Flash versus Woody, and then parentheses put Blatoise. Alright, so we just have a small handful of links over here, and that's it. They are going to be very critical in keeping anything from getting in. Double Banshees over here could get Queens to attack them as well, and we have +1 Carapace going down as well, so I don't know, like, it's hard to really read this guy's build. It could possibly be Infestors. Just given the fact that, there we go, the Spire is now going down. Okay, okay. And an engineering base, so what is going on here? We do see a Thor in the makes, and I think, I don't know, it's a little, again, it's a little hard to gauge just what we're going to see from our Terran. Lots of Banshees, lots of Hellions, and a Thor. I'm thinking this is basically, yeah, this is undoubtedly on the Korean server, aside from the fact that the map name was in Korean. But I want to say this is actually, this could actually quite realistically be the Flash. This is something that is commonly seen on the Korean server, of course. Banshees, not really meant to counter Queens. Thor's meant to tank for whatever's on the ground while simultaneously dishing out huge amounts of damage. The Hellions are meant to counter whatever number of links go at them, and this is the solid indicator of a mech transition. We have a factory going down to complement the factory that we've already got here. And I'm thinking, okay, well, since we've got this decal on our units, it's possible that this could be part of the swarm. But behind us, I'm sure Woody is also looking into the fact that we have a small number of Hellions here. He's using them meticulously well. Then we saw no flame, but some links did get killed nonetheless. Kind of interesting. 4 Banshees in the mix now. I do want to say that in my mind, I'm thinking that Flash is playing with fire because if his opponent made just nothing but straight Butas now and got a perfect magic box on that Thor, then they would easily be able to dispatch of the Banshees surrounding it, and that would be that. Not necessarily game, but of course it would all come down to static defenses as well. But Woody went ahead and got the Roach Horn out. He's got 6 Roaches here. He's going to get +2 Carapace. He's droning up behind this. He's just got those 6 Hellions, or excuse me, not Hellions, but Roaches to take care of the Hellions that come at him. Oh, but they're just going to go straight for the third, and there's actually a good deal of drones that just arrived here. Queen popped out just in time to deal with the 1 or 2 of the Hellions. Looks like they will get a very small number of kills. Looks like just 1, really. And I want to say that if there was any time to actually throw Banshees at the main, it could have been just then. But wait a minute, it looks like we actually have Woody, he canceled the Spire while it was in production. Either that or he somehow lost it. Now, here's the most annoying thing about the unit interaction that we're going to see here in the near future. Flash is going to have Thors which make quick work of ground units that are not necessarily armored per se, but Roaches would definitely be on the list of units that they make quick work of on the ground. Banshees, of course, they're going to have an easy time as well. They're just going to add to the DPS because Roaches have no way to shoot up. Queens, I think, might be a good thing to supplement this army with as 1-for-1. Not really 1-for-1, but the Queens themselves can take on a good number of Banshees. It looks like we have Flash catching on to his opponent, breaking down the back rocks. But of course, Woody's got to be a little bit reluctant to engage up that. But he's now up! Oh man, he's gonna get us around on Thors. He's gonna kill one or two, maybe back off. That would be a good idea because, wait a minute, the roach numbers are actually prevailing just a little bit, but I just don't know what to make of this. Who's doing better? He's gonna lose a good deal of these roaches, and the Lings are coming into the surround. They took care of the SCP. That was perfect timing. We now see Flash getting pushed back to a critical position. The Banshees are gonna help hold the ground, but he's gonna lose a good deal of the Thors. Maybe all of them he does! And now the wall up is up, so I don't know, there's not really anything more than ground army damage being done. There's resources lost done. I mean, the resources lost thus far. It's kind of even for both players, but the real issue here is rematch time. We see Flash cranking out 3 Thors at a time, and if we see Woody in a position where he can just constantly take down those Thors with no trouble, he'll be good to go. He's regrouping all of his units right here. There is a motion sensor tower that's up just in time to detect everything that's coming at him. And there was a small Ling run by over here to complement the attack. Beautiful move by Woody. He actually took down about 16 workers up to this point, and he's also delaying mining time here. This could kind of make a light contain, more like a trip mine contain, that'll basically alert him to when his opponent is pushing back and moving out. And this will also give him an opportunity to take 4th base. There is a gold here. I don't think this is the latter edition of Antiga Shipyard. It could possibly feasibly be some kind of practice or even a tournament game for all I know. Alright, so the third, the main, the natural, fully saturated. A few too many drones on the main and the natural. And now, here we go with a bunch of Thors, accompanying the Banshees. Lots of roaches, lots of Lings gathering up in the middle, and XPN Flash has essentially cut his Banshee production, but now we see a bunch of Banelings coming from Woody, and this is actually a little bit critical. We do have these Hellions coming down here for a run by. This could really take down the income of Woody, but right now he's got a large army, and the Hellions are doing their worst at the 3rd mineral line. It could have been okay then, just full drones to get us around. Of course, to pull all of his roaches back, and this is gonna leave his Banelings and Lings exposed. It's okay though. I think that really this didn't do too much economic damage. Well, okay, I take that back. It took them back to even number of workers and workers killed. So this game is kind of neck and neck, but one thing that would probably be nice for Woody to do is somehow hit a timing attack that would finish before Infernal Pre-Igniter. Looks like this is indeed not Heart of the Swarm, but Wings of Liberty. I'm convinced of it at this point because of the composition, the music, and so on and so forth. Main is now going dry, but the gold is being taken here, and if we can see Woody establish himself here with a lot of static defenses, some infestors as well, he might be good to go. I just want to say that, you know, Ling, Baneling, Roach, I myself never used this composition, but then again, that's probably why I'm only in Diamond League. But wait a minute, why is the main army gathering up over here? Okay, forget that. We got a huge engagement going down, and it looks like the Thors are going to take a lot of damage. The Banelings are rolling in to take care of the SCVs, and that's why they are primarily so useful. It looks like the Banshees are doing their best to try and hold their ground against these roaches, but the Thors are the real concern here. SCVs being pulled from the 3rd to basically put some repairs on them, and it looks like slowly but surely we will have a hold here by Flash. And more mules are being called down to supplement the income and the lost SCVs. That brings it to 27 workers lost. Remember, these SCVs that have been pulled are no longer mining, so that's going to hurt production just a little bit for Flash. Woody, again, continuing to rally more reinforcements down there, and he's not on Hive Tech yet, which is going to stop his +3/+3 from getting in, and that's going to make a huge difference in the engagements to come, because 200 armies, the only real difference between them is upgrades. Behind this, it looks like we also have Flash trying to take his 4th base. We need to see Woody, and this is an interesting choice of units, by the way, Mutalisks, considering there are so many Thors right now. Yeah, I would be a little bit afraid to do this. He did see the Banshees get pulled. That means the Thors wouldn't be far behind, and I think if he engages here, this could be kind of bad for him. But he knows it's now or never, because The Planetary Fortress is about to get finished up, but oh my god. If he could just snipe the Planetary and get out of there, that would be beautiful. He's not doing it. He's just going to go straight in for the kill on these Thors. The Mutas actually did not do anything to those Banshees, and it looks like slowly but surely this Planetary Fortress is going to fall. It just depends on these 3 roaches here getting that kill. There it is! Beautiful! Woody now simply has to hold his ground and starve his opponent's economy for the next few minutes. That's all it's going to take. We do have some Hellions trying to make a run by here. Blue Flames at that. They're going to get up. Oh man, they could have gotten a lot of drone kills, but it looks like they've only gotten 1 or 2 since then. And now both players are just shy of taking that Xel'Naga Watchtower. Orbital Command is about to go on the gold. We need to see this Zerg take control of it. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. No, no, no. You're just up there. You need to get the... Oh, man, this is big. He kind of forfeited his ground there. He's going to take a lot of economic damage on his gold. And the Orbital Command has gotten established here. So this means we're going to see our Terran players' income skyrocket. There's a beautiful surround kind of going down on these Thors. And these Banshees have been here for a long time. Some of them have 26, 27, 22, 26 kills on them. What we really need to see if our Zerg wants to win this is he has to get some Corruptors in the mix. Sure, it looks like he's probably going to lose this engagement here, but the more important part is that he already has his gold up and running. The question is, does our Zerg know about it? He does. He did manage to get the Xel'Naga Watchtower somewhere in all of this. He needs to pull those roaches down here and cause some economic damage. Both players just at each other's throats right now. They're so close to home for each other, but they don't know it just yet. They do, but they just don't know how close this game is going to get. These Mutas coming in to deal with the Banshees, and once they fall, that's going to make a huge difference in the coming engagements. 2 Banshees, of course, not as potent as 4. And there are no air attack upgrades just yet. I would have said that this would have been the perfect initializer, if you will, the perfect starter for an all air Terran composition, if you will. But if we check the worker count right now, it's 69 to 64. We need to see our Zerg, Woody, put these drones over here on the gold, or at least start another expo somewhere. He's just got 2 mining bases. What he doesn't realize is just how few of his workers are actually on the gold right now. 12 is optimal saturation for it, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, his opponent's income is just over double that of his. It's really going to hinder his production again. Here we go. The Ling's coming in here, sniping a missile turret, and that's about it. The Blue Flame Hellions are going to make a huge difference. And again, we have Woody on Hive Tech, but he doesn't have the income to really support that right now. He does want to occupy this Xel'Naga Watchtower, but just as I say that, all of these Thors are moving up to attack. It looks like the Mutas are going to have to get a surround on top of them, but the Javelin missiles are just too much. It looks like Woody is in a spot to lose this engagement. He's got roaches rallying in, but they're just so few. I don't know if it's going to be enough or not. The SCVs, again, getting pulled to try and repair everything that we see from Flash. And it looks like maybe a Thor will follow this. No, that is a hero Thor, and with that, we just have Woody in a position to know that he is just not going to win this game. He goes ahead and leaves. I mean, it made perfect sense to me. He put up his best fight. But versus a meching Terran, it's extremely difficult to take another expo on this map because Blue Flame Hellions just do so much damage, and they are so much more mobile, they're so much more faster, and they're so much more difficult to deal with than, say, drop play, because drop play requires bio, you got Mutas to take care of that, and everything else in between. Alright guys, if you liked what you saw today, just go ahead and click on the subscribe button. This has been Breaker. I will see you guys next time.